Uh, the impeachment delay as forecast on this show and why. Feinstein and other Democrats are now getting a bit pissy with Pelosi, and she is stating she needs to know the rules of engagement before the trial. What utter BS that is, Pelosi. The truth is, she should be on trial for treason, wasting public money and stifling the government, and somebody somewhere needs to do something with Facelift Central and quickly. Liability. A new Cobra interview is being conducted with the Sisterhood of the Rose to bring more awareness of the Age of Aquarius activation. For those that remember From Russia with Love 8C, oh dear. Sisterhood of Anu, essentially, and that is the Dark Witches from the Sirius group.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Then we got a piece from one of our members, which said, not in a million years that I think I would hear a Serbian Orthodox priest talk your talk and walk your walk. How wrong was I? In a wide awakening movement that is taking place across the former Yugoslavia, and the Serbian people, some priests are leading in preaching the truth over there. She said, I wish there was an English version, but a lot of historical truth is coming out from archaeological findings and historians who would not accept standard teachings, linguists, physicists, army personnel and engineers, etc. You know, that's good to hear. Lots of people are now covering aspects of our show, which is why certain discredit clowns continue to play their failed agenda program. And the latest I see is David Crayford, who is a legal counsel for the United Nations OITC. It appears he's bought a Fisher-Price spy kit as well. Was apparently THI is based in Glasgow in the UK. Oh dear. These people are stupid. Where are we next? Then we had the voters being disenfranchised in Shasta County, or Shasta, or Shyster, the more prominent term for that region. California, there was no Republican tick box to vote on the main voting page. Oh my. Who needs fake Russian collusion when you have Pelosi, Feinstein, Brown all in one state? Fascism, dictatorship, anyone? It's the same protagonists again. Now, law enforcement officials have arrested a Virginia lawyer involved in litigation over the health risks of Monsanto's Roundup weed killer product, with prosecutors accusing him of trying to extort an unnamed company into a $200 million consulting fee with his legal firm. Timothy Litzenberg was charged with interstate intentions to extort, according to the US Department of Justice. Now, Litzenberg represented a former school groundskeeper win a $289 million lawsuit last year against agribusiness giant Monsanto, which has been linked to cancer. No, it does cause cancer, as has been proven. Unfortunately, the settlement was later reduced to $78 million. And in the Justice Department complaint, federal officials didn't name Monsanto as the company Litzenberg allegedly tried to extort, and instead described Litzenberg's companies as Company 1 and Company 2. We all know who they are. Now, a Cook County judge has ordered Google, or Google, to turn over Jussie Smollett's emails, photos, location data, and private messages for an entire year as part of the special prosecutor's investigation into the fake attack on the actor. Now, 2 sweeping search warrants obtained by the Chicago Tribune provided the first public glimpse at the direction of the probe by the special prosecutor Dan Webb more than 4 months into the investigation. Now, the warrants, which were filed last month in circuit court, sought a trove of documentation from Smollett and his manager's Google accounts, not just emails, but also drafted and deleted messages. So you can't even hide your deleted messages, oh my. And also any files in their Google Drive cloud storage services, any Google voice text, calls and contacts, and search and web browsing history, and also location data. Quite a list. Now, Smollett, who stated he was a victim of racial and homophobic attacks, when it was all fake and staged to play the race agenda for and by the media. That's the top and bottom line of it. In my opinion, he needs to go to jail for that. You know, the white and black people have done enough violence and hate on each other based on lies without people fabricating it. It needs to stop. It's a program being ran by the think tank groups and also the portal people. You know, you've seen much evidence of that in the shows. Former New York and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg hired a contractor that used prison labor to make campaign calls. And a long-time spokesman for Bloomberg tweeted that the prison labor had been used by a vendor of a vendor of a vendor. Sounds like Rumsfeld, that to me. And he added, he didn't know about it. Yeah, right. And we would never have allowed it. Yes, you did. Now, Bloomberg, whose net worth exceeds $50 billion, is pouring cash into his campaign, which is going to be a complete waste of time. And the campaign had a contractor that used prison labor to make calls on their behalf, and the former New York mayor White House bid. You know, I'm not too sure that that's not got legal issues doing that. Now, the Intercept was the first that reported Procom, which is a New Jersey-based company that was hired by the Bloomberg campaign through a third-party vendor, and it operates 2 call centers out of state prisons in Oklahoma. And in at least one of those prisons, a minimum security women's prison outside of Tulsa, inmates were contracted to make calls on behalf of the candidate. Now, Stu Loaiza, a long-time spokesman for Bloomberg, confirmed that the prison labor had been used, as he put it, a vendor of a vendor of a vendor. Yeah, right. Whilst on New York, yes, we covered New York quite a lot. Why? Because a lot of skullduggery goes on there. It's that simple. You know, and this latest move does not surprise me, and it will certainly not surprise our members, knowing the levels of criminality within that state. So they have posted new state laws in New York that came in on January the 1st, and it's a bail reform category eliminations, which enables people to be released from custody for the following crimes. Take note of them. Manslaughter in the second degree, aggravated vehicular homicide, criminally negligent homicide, assault in the third degree, aggravated vehicular assault, making a terrorist threat, criminal possession of a gun on school grounds, criminal possession of a firearm, criminal sale of a firearm to a minor, arson in the third and fourth degree, money laundering in support of terrorism in the third and fourth degree, promoting or possessing an obscene sexual performance by a child, no surprise for that state, aggravated cruelty to animals, overdriving, torturing and injuring animals, animal fighting except cats, unlawful imprisonment in the first degree, coercion in the first degree, grand larceny in the first degree, criminal possession of a controlled substance in the first and second degree, criminal sale of a controlled substance in the first and second degree on or near school grounds, specified felony drug offences involving the use of children, including the use of a child to commit controlled substance offence, and criminal sale of a controlled substance to a child, criminal solicitation in the first degree and criminal facilitation also in the first degree, patronising a person for prostitution in a school zone, failure to register as a sex offender, obstructing governmental administration in the first and second degree or by means of self-defence spray device, bribery and bribe receiving in the first degree, bribe giving for public office, promoting prison contraband in the first and second degree, resisting arrest, hindering prosecution, tampering with a juror and tampering with physical evidence, aggravated harassment in the first degree, directing a laser at an aircraft, criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree, enterprise corruption, and money laundering in the first degree. As you can see, there's certainly enough categories in there that's going to affect some of the clowns that are going to be arrested. And the government needs to do something about that, in my opinion, given the money laundering, child issues, and all kinds of other things that they've suddenly taken off the list. And a defendant, it says now, those crimes I've just listed, a defendant must be released from custody without bail for all those crimes just listed. New York again. Go-Ogle parent Alphabet will no longer use an intellectual property licensing scheme known as the double Irish or Dutch sandwich, which allowed it to delay paying US taxes, according to the 2018 tax filings. Now, a Go-Ogle spokesman on Tuesday confirmed it would scrap the licensing structure, saying this was in line with international rules and followed changes to US tax law in 2017. Now, the Dutch filings, which were seen by Reuters, which is run by the CIA, showed that in 2018, Google moved 21.8 billion euros, which is roughly $24.5 billion, through its Dutch holding company to Bermuda, which was up from 19.9 billion in 2017, and Google said they will end this practice after 2019. Now, a date of termination of the company's licensing activities has not yet been confirmed by senior leadership. However, management expect that this termination will take place at the end of 2019 or during 2020. Now, for more than a decade, Dutch, Irish and US tax laws allowed Go Ogle to enjoy an effective tax rate in the single digits on its non-US profits, around a quarter the average tax rate in the overseas market. And the subsidiary in the Netherlands was used to shift revenue from royalties earned outside of the United States to Go Ogle Ireland Holdings, which is an affiliate based in Bermuda, where companies pay no income tax. And the tax strategy was legal, always is with them, and allowed Go Ogle to avoid triggering US income taxes or European withholding taxes on the funds which represent the bulk of its overseas profits. Now, under pressure from the European Union and the United States, Ireland in 2014 decided to phase out the arrangement, ending Go Ogle's Irish tax advantages in 2020. Meanwhile, Go Ogle owe the Irish government $13 billion, of which the Irish government has refused to accept it. You can't make this stuff up. You know, that 13 billion can go with helping the Irish people, a lot of them out of poverty. No, we don't want 13 billion. Well, the people do. Send it to the People's Club. We'll do something with it.